Welcome back to another road to 3,500. Hopefully I can do it again and become a step closer to 3,500. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so looking at this puzzle here. Okay, so first of all, we want to look at the plans for both sides. Plans for both sides. Okay. All right. Material is the same. 5 pawns each. Oh no. White is a dark square bishop up. Rook each, queen each. Okay. But white's king is in a very precarious situation. Okay, so something like okay, so queen e1. It's a forcing move. Okay, but first of all, okay, so we've looked at the materials. White's knight on h3 isn't doing very much. Could sacrifice itself on g5 to open up more lines. Okay, so there's a rook on a7. Rook on a7, and then the queen on d3. So it's looking at the pawn on h7. So I've got to be wary of any seventh rank tactics. Okay, what else does white have? White's king, it could venture itself to b3 and then maybe the a file and escape that way. Can the bishop help a knight? Something like pawn to f3. If it was white to move, pawn to f3, protecting that square on e1. So maybe something like f4 for him. Okay, so let's move on to black's plans. Now, my plan would be to go to e1. That's a forcing move. Okay, if that doesn't work, I've got to look at other ideas. Maybe knight c5, rook takes knight takes d3, rook takes rook. That's not going to work. So first candidate move that springs to mind is queen e1. And for white, the dark squared bishop could go to d6, maybe check the king if it ever goes to f8. All right, so let's start looking at some lines here. Queen e1, king c2 forced. Now rook e2, king goes to b3, and I don't know how to continue after that. I just wish I had another rook to check on b2. Okay, so maybe I do have a spare move. And what do I mean by that? I can go to queen e1, king c2, and rook b8. And if he takes my knight on d7, threatening queen h7, I've still got rook. I've got queen b1 check. Queen b1 check, king d2, rook b2, king e3, queen e1, and then king f3. Okay, so I've got to look at something like then g4, drag him out. Can I drag him out? g4, and then king, and then queen e6, check. No, I don't think that works. So queen, maybe I can attack the queen. Can I attack the queen? Because the queen, so queen e1, king c2, rook e2, king b3. Now, I want to play queen d1 or queen b1 check. And then as the king scuttles along, I can use the rook to use some kind of lawnmower mate. Okay. Because he doesn't have time, if I keep attacking the queen, he won't have enough time to take that knight on d7. Okay, so queen e1, king c2, rook e2, king b3. Now rook b, rook b doesn't work. Rook d2, rook d2. Where does the queen go? Now, if rook takes knight, got that check. Rook A8, rook A8, knight F8. Knight F8, then queen. Now bishop D6, bishop D6. No, there's no more checks after rook takes. Rook takes the knight. Okay, so I could take the queen on D3. So we don't want that. Makes no sense. So bang, bang, bang. Rook D2. How do you refute it? Where does the queen go? Queen F5. What about F5? What about F5? And then can I checkmate the king? Queen B1 loses itself because the queen could take the queen. So queen to D1 check. What happens after that? Queen D1 check. Okay, so the king can go to either B4, or A3. Okay, so A3 looks like queen A1, king B4, king B4, rook B2, and then that should be game over because the knight covers C5. It's not been taken yet. Okay, so and then queen F5, and then queen D1, king B4, wasn't it? Yeah, okay, king B4. Knight is covering C5. Must remember that. Rook B2, rook B2, rook B2, king anywhere, and then queen A1 checkmate. Okay, so that's what we're going to play. I think let's just double check. You don't want to think too quickly or move too hastily. Queen B3, rook D2. Is rook D2 the best move? You can't go rook E3. Okay, rook A8, knight F, takes, king takes, and then there's queen. That is that dangerous? Queen, bishop D6, and then king G7, protecting H7. I think that's good enough. Okay. I think there's enough protection. F8, okay. Let's go for it. It's fairly convincing. Is there any other move? Queen E1, king C2, and then where else can the rook go? B8? Said B8. Yeah, that and it seems to scuttle away somehow. Yeah, can I use knight C5? Knight E5? No. So queen E1, king here, and then knight C5 doesn't. No. No, I don't think it works. Okay, I'm going to go for the line. Queen E1. Okay, rook E2, king B3, rook D2. Where else can the queen go? Now I've looked at rook A8. Yeah, I can't see anything. Can't see anything. Rook E2. Rook D2. What about queen C1? No, I lose the rook. Queen C1, I lose the rook. Okay, so rook A8. Is knight F8 the best move, or is it king? Yeah, I think so. After, yes. Rook A8. If king goes to G7, because I have to cover the 7th rank from the queen, I can't go to F7. I've got to play knight F8. I don't think I could play anything else. No. Rook check, king g7. I could go to g7. King g7. I think it's okay. I think I'm covered. I'm not sure which is the best move after rook a8. King g7 or knight f8. Knight f8 leads to checks. But it should be safe. I think this is the right move. I don't know what black will play. I think this is the right move. Okay, what about queen e3 then? Queen e3, nope, still leads to the same thing. Queen b1 and then king over to the other side. Yes. No. Oh no. No. What's the solution? Yes. Yes. Oh well. Never mind. c5. Oh, you gotta consider all possibilities. Yeah. So Paul takes. Ah, and then knight. Oh, I see. And then knight takes. Ah, right. Okay. So if rook takes knight, then c4. Right. Okay. It happens. Okay. Right. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, donate, and I'll see you in the next puzzle on that road to 3500. See ya.